Hey guys, and welcome back to the story of Rhaenys Targaryen, where the Iron Throne is basically back together again. It's been a glorious few years for Rhaenys, the priest-hater, but you know, there's still some disturbances in the realm. Not everyone is particularly fond of her, shall we say. There's a few people here and there who, you know, question her rule, question how great she is, even though she's a Targaryen that came back from the dead, basically. And that's partly because of the High Septon. And Dany at the moment is off in the east, facing trouble, as we can see here. Look at this. A revolt against it, 93%. Who's going to be remembered as the greatest now, Dany? You're about to fall to nothing, while I have the Iron Throne. Puh, tuh. She tried to attack me. That's what she gets. That's what she gets for her betrayal of the family. A betrayal of the entire family, just because she had dragons. I have a dragon now, because one of your dragons had a baby and I stole it. Basically, I stole the baby. That's actually, yeah, that's kind of what happened. Rhaegal had, you know, a little egg, and I stole it. Well, baby, not egg. The egg was born before the baby. Wait, born? The egg was born before the baby? No, the egg was born. Baby came out of the egg. There you go. Wait, are eggs born? Wait. That wouldn't make... You don't say an egg is born, do you? Yeah. I guess you don't really say that. Created, I guess we could say. We got an appreciation for Mr. Farron Cross. Your Grace. Daenerys has been defeated. King Rhaegal Targaryen, her heir, shall henceforth rule over Meereen. So King Rhaegal Targaryen. Now... he's named after Rhaegal the Dragon, which is kind of odd because she could have named him Rhaegar. But that's my father's name, so she couldn't name him that. That'd be ridiculous. She betrayed us. But she named it the baby kid after the dragon, but he's an idiot. And that means, yes, her husband now can influence Meereen. He can control Meereen from the shadows. And with this baby boy, maybe get him to ride a dragon, and he can control the dragons. This was a plot by the Slavers Bay people to take the dragons and influence this baby boy and his claims. And too much is going on out. Dany, you fool. Now you're in jail. Huh, okay. Well, now she's in jail. I'll teach her, you know, she shouldn't have attacked me. I'm sorry, Dany, you know, we could have been best sister, aunt and niece. But basically, we're about the same age. We could have been best sisters, almost. But she betrayed us, and so we can't be. Wyle's claim on the north. So Lord Paramount Wyle Arryn, because his mother was Sansa Stark, he has declared war upon the north. He has 30,000 men, and she is 8,000. Now, it's not a big deal, you know. My son, he has the Stark girl as his, shall we say, fawn. So I think he'll be fine in the end. Intervene. Okay, I'll order him to stand down, yes. And we have a Septon and Priest Advisor position. Martin Payne. The Payne's always been good to us. We'll put the Payne to that. Priest, we can't do the Priest. We hate the Priests. He cannot end his war. I apologize. We can't stop them. How's the faction? Okay, factions have gone down. Factions are down. We're okay for now. Force them to join faction. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, he's pushing for my son. He thinks it's time for me to step aside. My son maybe would be a better man that people would like. You know, he's a quick boy. He's a smart lad. So maybe he would be a good king, potentially. Am I the Mad Queen? Have I basically replaced the Mad King, and now my son is Rhaegar? I don't think we've gone that bad. Have I grant my kinswoman the honor of naming her Cadet House of Karstark, full and legitimate members of House Stark? Well. Okay, well there we go. Now the Karstark family have been legitimized as full members of House Stark. I saw a vassal with his stunning young wife by his side at the feast. I decided to make a toast to the lovely couple. I hope you live long and happy lives together. I could have sworn the groom would drop dead when you consummated the marriage. Well, you know, she's not the nicest of people. Yeah, she's kind of ruthless. Yeah, she's gonna be ruthless about it. She's not necessarily cruel or mean. She just, you know, is a bit. She doesn't hold back sometimes. You know, she doesn't hold back when she's talking to people. The Reach is still not underneath us, which does worry me. It does kind of worry me. It does say he's a Lord Paramount. He's not declared himself king, but is that because he's declared incapable? So he can't? Dickon Tarly is the regent and has declared him incapable. Interesting there. Big moves here by Dickon Tarly. His son, Merle Tarly, is a liberator. How do you become a liberator? I don't know. I guess maybe during the war with the Ironborn, possibly? Something to do with the Ironborn, potentially? Maybe they'll be able to do it then. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see what happens when Willis dies. If Willis dies and it still does not go underneath us, we may have to declare war just to get it back underneath us properly. Because right now, yeah. It could just be the Mega War system, but it would be nice to know. Hopefully, it will tell us in the future as soon as possible what is going on with that. So then we can just, you know, I can die and leave everything to my son, and it's perfectly his. Your Grace, the majority of the population of Woodmere have been converted. Thank you very much, the good Septon. Though I hate Septons. Stupid Septons. Justice here must be given to Malador Fisher. He's pretty good, but then again he's blind as well. Mern Florent. Jeremy Tully. Could be a good way to get a Tully's on our side. But he hates me. Let's go for Mern Florent then. He could be that. Perfect. I understand. Maybe I should get a courtier. A warden title stands empty. What just happened over here in the Westerlands? Okay, here's a pay. I got worried then. Because why is it a crack... Why is it a crack hall picture? Because he just died. Okay, and so the heir would have been the son. Then his son. Why is he not king? Why is a crack hall king? Why is a crack call now Lord Paramount of the Westerlands? I gave that to my good friends, the Payne family, that helped me through thick and thin once I started to, you know, push my identity out and took over the Westerlands. If it wasn't for them, we'd never be queen. How did you... Sumner, the Gallant, how did you get this? Is it elective? Ah, okay, they changed it to elect... Oh, yeah, because Yes, when I had it, we made it elective, didn't we? Yep, our war made it elective. I completely forgot about that. Then he did get elected the son, but he didn't. His son did not get elected, or his son is dead, and the other son is my husband. And Merlon of Castle Rock was not able to get it. But the Crackles were, but he's 63. And the Westlings might be next in line. Okay, he's widowed and stuff, his two little daughters there. The Gallant. Okay, that's fine then. You know, it's elective. We allow the Westerland men and women to choose their own person. You know, their own ruler. Because the Westerlands, you know, they don't deserve it. Lannister. A new Maester. Oh, Archmaester Willerman Frey. A Frey has become the Grand Maester of the Iron Throne. That is unexpected. I mean, I guess Walder had so many kids, it's a good chance one of them would become a good Maester. There's so many, and so many are dead these days. Ah. But yeah, he actually became my one. Advisor then? I guess we'll give it to the Crackles. There we go. I keep checking the priest. I don't know why I think it will change. My bannerman tried to have someone arrested. It didn't go well. Okay, and I guess she's just kind of waiting until she dies. Just holding the realm together. Leading... Oh, 140% for Lady Amane? Those are Lannisters. Those Lannisters. Who is pushing for the Lannisters then? Lady... Oh, of course. I should have known. The Tullys. And they've actually got the Vale to support them as well. And of course, the High Septon. Yeah, it's really the Tullys. Of course, I should have known. They were usurpers' dogs, you know. The Tullys... The Arryns have been good to us, you know. The Arryns have been mostly good to us, but they might help the Tullys. But I knew I couldn't trust the Tullys. And they reclaimed it by themselves. Well, the Vale has been good to us. They've kind of been doing what we say. And the North obviously is married to my son. But this is different. This is the Tullys who reclaimed it by themselves thanks to Edmund Tully and his supporters. And now his son is going to get in the way, potentially. We could have civil war very soon. I'm hoping the Westerlands and the Stormlands and the North, I'm hoping they'd help me. Because, you know, we did give the Stormlands to the Blackwater family. They should really do their jobs and protect me. I gave it to him directly, so you'd think he'd like me. He's a favor him to join the faction. What is the Crown Loyalist? Okay, it's just the Blackwaters, and they forced the Piper family to help. That's how it's gone. Okay, they forced 250%. They've got no crack call. Why? This is bad. Okay, we're starting to look bad. So there might be a rebellion. People do not like me. So I can definitely not take the reach at this point in time. If it is that it is, you know, bugged. Which means we definitely can't get the help of the reach at this point in time. So we're in a bad situation right now. But I do have a dragon. Ooh. You want to go back? This is intriguing. A Lannister, Helena Lannister, the daughter of Lucian the Old and Marcella. Ah, it's Marcella's daughter. She wants to go and take the Westerlands back. Her husband is a Hamel. Now, I don't really support the Lannisters, but he is going against me. So that could help. But then she's a Lannister. And other people in her family have claims on the Iron Throne. I can't trust her. But she is possibly planning to go for it. And that would be good. But I have died. She deserves a grand funeral. No, all the Lords of the Realm shall be invited. So, there we have it. Queen Rhaenys Targaryen has taken her last breath at the age of 59. She died a natural death, known to have angered the High Septon. Yes, Rhaenys was declared an anathema of the faith, a wicked woman. Rhaenys will surely have to answer for her crimes before the Seven, but ancestrally she did a great job. That's what we've got to keep in mind. King Aegon the Sixth. Dornish features, just like his mother. Being a talented military tactician, we expect him to lead us to many victories on the field of battle. Long live King Aegon! Viva! Viva! And what is Daenerys doing? Huh. She's in her son's land. She's now the oh, she's taken over. And I'm the heir for Rhaegal. But she's kind of taken over. She's used her dragons, I guess, to kill her husband? He died a natural death. Ah, so that allowed her to take over once again. Basically. Okay, so she's kind of got control back. But long live the queen. Rhaenys Targaryen, the greatest. And her dragon has established a lair in King's Landing. So we can always give that to my kids. I have my own dragon. I have a daughter. Princess. Oh, he named her Princess Rhaenys. When did he have this? Did I not get a pop-up for this? I don't remember getting a pop-up. But I had a baby daughter. We called it Rhaenys. Isn't that lovely? Thank you, my Stark wife. What a lovely time to be alive. Are the factions still a trouble? Yes, 900%. That could be scary. I got my mother's crystal sword. My crystal sword, though. Look at it. The crystal sword is mine. How my mother defeated the White Walkers. King's Landing will make that. We'll make a war. He's very good at fighting, so we've got to do that. Dueling, he won't be so great at because he's a bit too honest to be a duelist. We'll have a son. We can't do that because that's a bug. It always does that all the time. Let's just take all the stuff there. 900%. Need to get things just a little bit nicer. Court physician. The Frey. We need to get a new priest in. Because the High Septon won't work for me, I guess. But there we go. We're going to let time go around a bit. We're going to go to the end of this episode as our son, Aegon the Sixth. But I think we'll end it at the end of this part. I feel like Rhaenys was the main story here. We made an interesting idea. But being a Targaryen with a dragon controlling the Iron Throne is kind of, you know, a normal feature we've seen many times. I don't feel a need to keep playing as him. It would be cool. I love having the sword. I'd love us to have one day have a king who could wield this sword. That would be pretty epic. We'd have to get him to be mystic. But it might not get that at any point. It could take a long time to get that. So I'm not too inclined to really push that. So I feel like we'll end this part in this part. And we'll start a whole new series, which I think a lot of people might like. But yes, all hail his grace Aegon of the House Targaryen, the sixth of his name, King of the Andals and the Royne and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm. Long live the King. My vassal requested that honey tree should be sworn to him. Yes, you can have that. Hopefully we can get people onto our side. Now my mother's gone. Maybe we can move on. People didn't like her. The way she took the throne, the way she did things. She was a ruthless woman. People did not love her. But she brought the family back to prominence. And Robert Payne, I don't think he cares. He was always possessed. He never cares. But hopefully now I can lead the family back to glory, back to power. Hopefully people will love me instead. 400%, that's not good. Just spend lots of money on this funeral. Get everyone to love me. We do need a priest. I might just find a priest, yeah. Employ a new courtier. Let's go, holy man. There we go. And maybe I can be coronated. Request a coronation. Okay, we've got to wait till after the funeral, and we can be coronated as the new king. My mother was never coronated, but hopefully I can be. Let the feasting commence. Yeah, hire them. You committed much gold to this extravagant feast. In particular, the guests were impressed with the large centerpiece on the dais table. It represented a green lawn surrounded with large peacock feathers and green branches, to which were tied violets and other sweet-smelling flowers. In the middle of this fortress was placed covered with silver. It was worth the coin. Lord Myrna Florent used attends the feast to push for justice. He claims that Lord Harold Breakstone sullied his honor by having illicit affairs with his wife. No one else knows about this, I guess, because it doesn't seem to be on there. Harold of the Blue Fork. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're right. Let's have a quick look. I am a lustful man. I'm arbitrary. I'm greedy. And I'm honest. We're going to say what I think. Yeah, he's going to say what he thinks. Yeah, I don't think he's guilty. There's no evidence to prove this. There's no evidence to say that this is true. I mean, your wife doesn't have anything there. You know, she's got no illness or anything. Oh. Adulteress, that probably is a slight... That may be slight evidence. Maybe. Not conclusive. Not that he knows, at least. Not that he's heard. As the feast begins, Lady Amarna Lannister presented a petition before the court. Marnie Lannister, really? Yes, what do you put in here? She said crimes and banditry in Last Earth are an increasing threat. Okay, we'll send Lord Laren to deal with it. Yes. It's my job as king. I may not like her, but we need to protect the realm. Lady Zoe Lannister. See, all these Lannisters are threats around here. To unwarranted and false blackmail. Lord Skagus Magna. Do you have any evidence of this? I mean, look at him. That is what I call a badass. Look at this. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I don't trust you, no. I don't think he's guilty. Karena Farron, his user attends to the feast to push for Merrick Gaunt, barbarically tortured and mutilated. Oh, well, you are blind. That's probably a pretty good sign. She's got a bit of evidence there, Mr. Gaunt. I'm sorry. You should probably play Recompense. Lord Laren organized a group of men to tackle the bandits and rogues in Last Earth, and he did a good job. So Timian spoke and told everyone how great the food was. Thank you, Timian Jourdain. I appreciate it. As the feast begins, Lord Robin Boggs put in a petition. Okay, we'll go deal with it. Good work, everyone. Get rid of those bandits. Declared Rivermorn Acorn Ridge de Jour war, the funeral, and so it is done. And so it is done. And I can request a coronation. 198%. If I can get a coronation, people might love me. Let's go. I expressed my wishes and desires for a coronation. My mother may not have been liked, but maybe the High Septon, the 19th, the wet one, maybe he'll like me. Maybe he will. In the name of 7, I would like to offer you my blessing. Yeah, they just hated my mother and what she did, but she was the queen and I am her son. I've done nothing wrong. And so there we go. We will finally have a coronation. But some people will not come. A lot of High Lords. But yes. Spend lavishly again. My mother will have a double coronation. Me and my mother will both be coronated. I don't care what the Septon says. I don't care. I'm going to pretend my mother's also coronated. She also got a little crown because she's technically the queen, isn't she? Yeah. Look at her go. She's got a long claw. Lyessa Stark, the daughter of Rickon, and she's mine. But yes, the little princess. Glad we're at least a little girl there. Muin has used her attempts at the feast. She claims Lord Mern Flaunt made an attempt on her life. Huh. Why? Okay. You are wounded. That's kind of evidence in a way, isn't it? Okay, pay recompense. My bannerman is trying to have him arrested. Brave move. Spoken to everyone how great my Septon, very good. See, the Septons loved me a lot more. The crown of the king in the name of the father. I, Aegon of the House Targaryen, the sixth of my name, promise, pledge, and guarantee in the sight of the seven that I'll be the protector and defender of the realm in all ways useful to it, however many, in so far as I'm supported by divine assistance, according to my knowledge and ability. This will strengthen my rule significantly. Happened again. Okay. And there we go, no faction. There we go. The people love me. People love me. I'll pick someone later. It's fine. I guess that's the one to the south, maybe, the Reach one. The Reach is still not underneath us, which is weird. That is pretty weird. Now, someone was saying, do I want to go on a world conquest and stuff? Like, I have a dragon, we could do it. But as I said before, I do think we're going to end this part of the end of this episode just because going on with a Targaryen, with a dragon ruling the Iron Throne, we've seen that many times, and it's not a difficult thing to do. We've even done a world conquest basically as it before, at least maybe 2 times. It just does not something that interests me right now. Yes, I'll order them to stand down. Mr. Wild, can you please stand down? You cannot end this war. Well, at least she'll be able to be queen of the Iron Throne. You know, at least she has that. That's something, right? But yeah. When you have held court and made judgments on matters of the realm, many of your subjects have found your rulings and proclamations rather authoritarian and lacking in any consistency. This has meant more revenue in fines and confiscations, but people think you are a tyrant. Your council's urging you to apply the law in a more even and just manner. I am the law! I will do my best to be more just. He doesn't really care, he's kind of arbitrary, but he's also honest. Which means he might say that, yeah, I think we might do that. Because he is greedy and lustful, he wants what he wants. And, you know, I have a dragon. I am the law! I'm gonna be just like my mother. Oh no, the factions are back. It's what I think he'd pick. It's what I think he'd pick. And advisor should go to... Jekka's Valerian, there we go. Lord Commander of the King's Guard. He should be on there. Though of a somewhat dubious provenance. Lord Bormund presented me with evidence. Keep it to ourselves, we don't want to cause too much havoc right now. Keep things as simple as possible. I'll let him stand down, but he is big. You are his vassal, really. If he just asked me, I'd give it to you. And Rhaenys Targaryen hatched a dragon, Vergalion, who is the baby of Drogon and the brother of Furcrax. Good for him. Good for him. I cannot end this war. Of course, the Tullys will not do as I say. What a surprise. You're still leading that storm. What? Bruce Blackwater? My mother only just gave you that, and now you want to betray me? Luckily, the Stormlands don't love you, so you don't have that many men. But the fact you'd be willing to betray me is insane. That's insane. Peaceful ruler Rhaegal is. They're trying to make me like Rhaegal. Why is that? I guess because they're kind of not that far down the line. I guess in some ways. How's she doing, Danny? She's okay. Flat terrain, rough, or mountainous. Let's go for a bit rough. He was up in the north for quite a bit, so maybe he's learned, you know, he's not completely mountainous, but he's learned a little bit about that and stuff. Whilst clearing out a ruined library in Summerhall, some scholars have found some works they think you should see. They speak of faith for the Seven and its virtues. They're a fine piece of writing indeed. Have them restored? Yeah, I guess have them restored. I do like money, though. Maybe he doesn't care, yeah. He's arbitrary, he's greedy, yeah, he doesn't care. I care not for bits of old paper, who cares? Faith for the Seven, everyone knows about the Faith for the Seven, who cares? Just get rid of them. The High Septon has all the stuff he needs. I think the Reach is stuck. So yeah. I think the Reach is technically stuck at this point in time. I don't think maybe it's obviously a glitch. In some ways, I guess, but also not. But yeah. Okay. Well, guys, what we're going to do then is we are going to end this part here. I think we should just end it. I think it's going to be like this all the time. Be very peaceful. If we declare war and stuff, people are going to rebel against us. But I'd love to know from you guys, how do you think the future's going to go? Aegon now has his daughter, Rhaenys Targaryen. How do you think the future will be? Will Aegon be able to hold on to the Iron Throne? Do you think it will fall apart at some point in the future? Or do you think Dany, maybe her son, may come, even though he's an idiot? Do you think she'll lead him over to Westeros to attack us? I don't know, but I think that'll be the end of the series, guys. Thank you so much for following this series. This was really the story of Rhaenys. She did all the things I wanted her to do. I think we can call that a success, and I was very happy, actually, about that. I wasn't sure if we'd actually be able to get the Iron Throne. I thought we could cause a bit of havoc. Maybe have, like, you know, someone declare civil war for us and win it for us or something, but things kind of went to plan, so I'm very happy with that. It was a fun series overall. I'm hoping you guys are looking forward to the next series. I can tell you now, I think some of you will really like it. It's kind of a continuation, or shall we say a sequel, to a previous series I did, and it could be fun, potentially. I hope to see you then. I've been NG Paradox. Goodbye, Rhaenys. The princess that was promised, the defeat of the White Walkers, the reclaim of the Iron Throne, and the ride of a dragon. She did it all. She did it all.